looking to the diagram itself, you could able to get it what I'm saying. So first is sand gravel filter. So in the filtration also we had seen about rapid sand filtration, everything I think you guys would have remembered. So it is nothing but we will be having a layer of sand and a layer of gravel into it. So this is the diagram which shows you the sand, gravel and the filter. So the water which has been collected from the pipes which will be fed into this. So there will be a layer of sand and the gravel and the pebbles will also be there. So when the water which is going to be fed inside this, so all the suspended silt particles will get separated. So there are different types of filter process available, and whichever is convenient to us and whichever thing we could able to implement in our thing, we can able to follow that. So there are commonly used filters constructed by the brick masonry and filleted by pebbles, gravel and the sand. So each layer should be separated by a wire mesh. A typical figure of sand filter, this is the typical figure of a sand filter, in that there is a layer of sand, gravel and the pebbles. It is a simple concept. So coming to the filtration process, first topic we had seen about sand gravel filter. So there is a layer of sand, gravel and the pebble. Each layers has been separated by means of an wire mesh. So why we are supposed to follow this filtration process means, so the instead of just storing the contaminated water in the underground, and for the gardening purpose, irrigation purpose also, we are supposed to use a clean water. So for that only we are going to carry out this filtration. So I want you guys to draw this one. So you can just roughly draw this one. So we will see one by one what are the different types of filtrations. So we had seen about the rainwater harvesting definition, and after that, what are the two different types of the rainwater harvesting: surface and the rooftop. And coming to the rooftop section, we had seen about the different components, that is catchment, and after that filter medium, and after that first flush transportation. So the catchment, the different constituents of the rooftop harvesting will be catchment, transportation, first flush and the filter medium. So coming to the filter medium, we had seen about different types. The first type is sand gravel filter. So I will move on to the next topic. So this is a simple diagram. So you can also take a screenshot of this and you can sketch it afterwards if you are in the middle of the diagram. I will move to the next slide. So next is charcoal filter. The charcoal filter can be made in situ or in a drum. So the pebbles, gravel, sand and the charcoal should fill the drum and the chamber. Each layer should be separated by a wire mesh. The thin layer of the charcoal is used to absorb the odor, if any. So this is the charcoal filter. In that there will be a, so the how many centimeter I'm going to fill the gravel, everything will be, should be make sure that you are supposed to maintain the height of the different materials. That in this diagram they have mentioned as 10 centimeter of the gravel layer, 10 centimeter charcoal layer, 25 centimeter of sand layer and 25 centimeter of gravel layer. So bottom and the top is filled with the gravel layer, and the charcoal layer is also in the middle, and after that sand layer. So the main components used in the filtration process will be sand and gravel, and pebbles also will be used. So based upon the different filters, we will be using different types of new materials. In this, we had used charcoal. When you commonly know what are the different types, that is enough. So, so charcoal filter, from the name itself, you know that we will be having a layer of charcoal into it, and gravel and the sand, which will be commonly used in the filtration process. So moving on to the next. So this is a PVC pipe filter, in which in a PVC pipe you will be having a mesh in the middle and a layer of sand and a layer of gravel into it. When the water which is going to come inside from the inlet, from one end of the pipe, which is going to pass through this, and after that the clean water will be collected in the other end. So it is nothing but it is the whole operation which is going to happen inside a PVC pipe. So this filter can be made by using a PVC pipe of 1 to 1.2 mm meter length. So the diameter of the pipe depends upon the area of the roof. 6 inches diameter pipe is enough for a 1500 square feet roof, and 8 inches diameter pipe should be used for roofs more than 1500 square feet. Pipe is divided into three components by the wire mesh. Each component should be filled with a layer of a gravel and a layer of a sand alternatively. So a layer of charcoal could also be inserted between the two layers. It's up to us. So both ends of the filter should have a reduce of required size to contact inlet and the outlet. This filter could be placed horizontally or vertically. So this diagram, which gives us the horizontal filtration process, we can also place it in a vertical way also. So a schematic pipe diagram which has been given here. So this is a PVC pipe filter. We had seen about sand gravel filter. Next we had seen charcoal filter. Now it is a PVC pipe filter, which is going the filtration which is going to happen inside a PVC pipe. Next I move on to the next filter, that is sponge filter. It is a simple filter made from PVC drum, having a layer of sponge in the middle of the drum. So it is the easiest and the cheapest form filter, suitable for residential units. For residential units we can use the sponge filter. It is a PVC drum in which the inlet which is going to come like this. So from the pipes you are going to get the inlet, and a layer of sponge will be in the middle of the PVC drum, and after that the outlet will be collected and stored in a storage tank. This is sponge filter. Next is, so far we had seen about different filters, that is sand gravel filter, charcoal filter, and after that PVC pipe filter, and then sponge filter. So these are the four different types of filters we had seen. And coming to the methods of rooftop rainwater harvesting will be, either we can collect the rainwater directly, and another method is we are going to store it in a tank. So these are the two different methods. Storage of direct use. In this method, rainwater collected from the roof of the building is directed to a storage tank. The storage tank has to be designed according to the water requirements, rainfall, and the catchment capacity. So each drain pipe should have a mesh filter at the mouth and the first flush device, followed by the filtration system before connecting to the storage tank. So these are the different things we had seen. Each drain pipe should have a mesh filter at the mouth, and also it should be having a first flush device followed by the filtration system before connecting it to the storage tank. It is advisable that each tank should have the excess water overflow system also. So excess water, so the when the water which is going to be excess, if there is any alarm system we are going to use means, so the water that has been wasted, we could able to reduce that. Excess water could be diverted to the recharge system. So the water from the storage tank can be used for secondary purposes such as washing and the gardening. So this is the most cost effective way of rainwater harvesting. We are going to store it in a storage tank. The main advantages of collecting and using the rainwater during the rainy system season is not as to save the water from the conventional sources, but also save energy incurred on transportation and distribution of water on the doorstep. So this is the typical way of collecting the rainwater that has been fall on the top of the roof, and after that by means of pipes we are going to collect it, and this is the wire mesh we are going to use it, and after that another filtration process will also be carried out, and then we are going to store it in the storage tank. Next is, so this is the direct use. Directly we are going to get the rainwater from the roofs and store it in the storage tank. And there are another ways in which we can store it in the underground also. So what are the different ways we will see? These also will be having the diagrams. By means of diagrams, I will explain to you guys in a very simple way. So recharging groundwater aquifers. So aquifers is which is nothing but the water that has been stored in the underground by means of a natural process. The groundwater aquifers can be recharged by various kind of structures to ensure percolation of the rainwater into the ground instead of draining away from the surface. So instead of the water that has been draining away from the surface, we are going to use some of the recharging methods. So what are the ways in which I can give some water to the underground, store it, and use it whenever I can use, whenever there is a need. So recharging of bore wells, recharging of dug wells, recharge pits, recharge trenches, soakways or recharge shafts, and the percolation tank. Each and every technique will be different from one another. So we will see one by one, and after that we come to the end of the session. As I said you before itself, so since this is a really simple topic, I have asked about only 5 questions in the Google form. So based upon the simple topics what we had covered today, so those are the things I have asked you, and I hope everyone has listened to the session. If you are listening to the session, it takes about only 5 minutes to fill the form and send it to me. So I will summatively keep all the marks, and it will be used for your assignment. So coming to the recharging thing. So first is storage of direct use. Next is recharging. So recharging of bore wells will be like this. We are going to store it in the underground by digging a tank in the underground itself. So the rainwater collected from the rooftop of the building is directed to the drain pipes to settlement or the filtration tank. So these are the drain pipes which will be collecting the rainwater. So this is the inlet. Sorry, this is the inlet. This is the inlet which is going to get the water, and after that, when it's going to undergo filtration, which will be stored in the borewell, and after that, when if we want to use, we can pump the water, and we can use it. So after settlement, filtered water is diverted to the borewell to recharge deep aquifers. Abandoned borewells can also be used for recharge. So optimum capacity of the settlement tank or the filtration tank can be designed on the basis of area of catchment, intensity of rainfall, and the recharge rate. While recharging, entry of floating matter and silt should be restricted because it may clog the recharge structure. First one or the two showers should be flushed off through the rain separator to avoid contamination. So when I'm going to carry out this filtration process, the water should be clear from the screening particles. So it should be underground some of the screening process. So after that only when the water which is going to be fed into the filtration process, the filtration process can happen in an effective way. So the first or the two flushes, I'm going to flush the water, and after the third flushes only, the water will be collected, and this is the inlet pipe, the water which will be collecting coming like this, and first is the wire mesh which will be provided, and then there will be a layer of sand, layer of charcoal, layer of gravel, and a layer of pebble. So when the water which is going to come from the inlet, first one is a wire mesh which is going to be there, and after sand, charcoal, gravel, and the pebble, when the filtration process which is going to happen in an effective way by layering these type of these materials in a proper way, then we can store it in a borewell. So this is the recharging of borewells. Recharging of borewells. So the only additional thing is we are going to filter the water before storing it. That's all. So this is recharging of borewells. Next, moving to the recharge pits. So it will be nothing but we will be digging a pit in the underground, and the water will be collected and stored by means of the pits. So the recharge pits are small pits of any shape, either it can be rectangular, square, or the circular, constructed with brick or the stone masonry wall with a deep hole at the regular intervals. So the top of the pit can be covered with the perforated covers, and the bottom of the pit should be filled with the filter medium. The capacity of the pit can be designed on the basis of the catchment area and the rainfall intensity and the recharge rate of soil. Usually the dimensions will be 1 to 2 meter of the wide and 2 to 3 meter deep depending upon the depth of pervious stratum. So these pits are suitable for recharging of shallow aquifers and the small houses. So instead of just either we can store it in a tank and use it in our for our irrigation purposes, household things, everything. So if you want to store it in an underground surface, what are the different ways we are seeing? Recharging borewells we have just seen, and this is another method in which we are going to dig a pit in the underground. Either it is our it's up to us, either we can use it a rectangular, square, or the circular. So the dimension also is depending upon the capacity of the rainwater which has been collected on the surface of the roof. So per roof or area which we will be calculating this one, and the surface is covered with RCC, and the bottom of the filter medium is with the uh, at the bottom of the pit we will be having a filter medium of 30 centimeter. So when the water which is going to percolate slowly into this filter medium, the it will be stored in the underground. So it is an way of recharging the ground. So this is recharging pit. Next is soakways or the recharge shafts. So soakways or the recharge shafts are provided where the upper layer of the soil is alluvial or less pervious. So they are bored hole of 30 centimeter, and these are the different dimensions. So the bore should be lined with a slotted or a perforated PVC or the mild steel pipe to prevent collapse of the vertical sides. At the top of the soak away, required size slump is constructed to retain the runoff before the filters through soak away. So the sump should be filled with an filter medium. So this is the soak pit. So in which only I am going to store the water by means of pipelines only I am going to store it. This is the inlet which is going to come the water, and there will be a layer of filter medium which will be like 60 centimeter by 60 centimeter by 60 centimeter in a cubical format. So a cover which will be made on the top surface of that, and we are going to store the filtered water in a perforated pipe only by means of pipe. If you want to store it, that is called as recharging shaft or the soakways. So I will share the PPT in the Google Class also. If you're having any doubts, let me know. And next is recharging of dug wells. So this is the dug wells in which the water that has been flowing on the road, consider this as a road surface. So the water that has been flowing on the road surface collected as a runoff on both the sides, the filter medium will be provided in this. So after that, when the water which is going to be collected after undergoing the filter medium, which will be stored in the wells. So we had also seen about tube wells, I think so. So நம்ம tube wells பத்திலாம் நம்ம படிச்சோம். What are the different types of tube wells? Dug wells, driven wells, எல்லாத்தையும் பத்தி we had seen detailedly. So we had seen about tube wells. So tube wells பத்தி நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்தனா இல்லையா? Did I taught you about tube wells? So these topics and all did I covered? So I want you guys, yeah, Shiny has responded. She's the one that is responding. What about others? Are you guys sleeping in the afternoon session?
Oh, ma'am.
So let me finish that and then I will pose the questions. It takes about 5 minutes to complete that. And if you are going to store the water by means of digging a well into in the underground, that is called as dug wells. Next is recharging trenches. So trenches, which is nothing but we are going to dig the rectangular portion in the underground and store it by means of a filter medium. So recharge trench is provided where the upper impervious layer of the soil is the shallow. So based upon the different requirements, soil type or availability of different area requirements, we will be choosing the whichever recharge things I want to adopt. So as we see here itself, there are 6 different types of recharging: recharging of bore wells, dug wells, recharging pits, recharge trenches, soakways, and the percolation tank. So based upon our requirements, we can choose whichever thing is possible, we can move to that. And the bore wells can also be provided inside the trenches as a recharge shafts to enhance the percolation. So the length of the trench. So the trench, which is nothing but we are going to dig a pit like thing. So it will be having a filter medium and the top surface which is covered by a perforated cover. So it will the same procedure for everything. It will be a same. So next is percolation tank. So the percolation tank is the one in which the water which will be percolating into the soil in a slow way, so that after percolation the water that has been stored we can use it for our daily uses, irrigation purposes, or whenever the water which is needed for us we can use it. So percolation tank are artificially created surface water bodies submerging a land area with adequate permeability to facilitate sufficient percolation to the recharging the groundwater. So these can also be built in big campuses where the land is available and topography is suitable. Surface runoff and the rooftop water can be diverted to the tank. Water accumulating in the tank percolates into the solid to augment the groundwater. The stored water can also be used directly for the gardening and the raw use. So the percolation tank should be built in gardens, open service spaces, and the roadside green belts of the urban area. So today we had seen about what is the basic definition of a rainwater harvesting, that is collecting and storing and using the rainwater for irrigation purposes or any other household uses. So we had seen about 2 different types, surface and the rooftop. What are the different components in rooftop? Catchment, transportation, first flush, and the filter. So coming to the filter, filter can be divided into sand gravel filter, charcoal filter, PVC pipe filter, and a sponge filter. So either we can directly store it in a tank and use it, or either we can recharge in the underground by means of recharging of bore wells, recharging of dug wells, recharge pits, recharging trenches, soakways, or the recharge shafts or the percolation tank. So we come to the end of the session. So I will share the link for the Google Forms in the chat box. So it will take not even 5 minutes to just fill out this, because I have given very easy questions. You check out the link that has been shared in the um, chat box. So I hope everyone is finding those questions in a very easy way. So as I said you before itself, actually in last session itself, I have informed Raghavi regarding this. I want to collect student feedback from you guys. From A section I have collected. So it is pending, still pending for you guys. So Raghavi, did I give the name list who and all has to come? Did I give the name list? So so Pooja, I want Pooja's here. So are you guys responding to the forms? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will tell the names: Shruti, Purna Teja, Samsul Nafia, Paripurani, so and Raghavi. So I want you five of them to. I will share the link to Raghavi, and I want you guys to join the session after 3:30. So I will share the link, and I want to collect the feedback from you guys. I think already I've said you. So Raghavi Shruti, Purnateja, Samsun Nafia, and Paripurni. And Pooja can also come. Pooja is also here. So wait, I will write the names and I will send you. So I got the response from Fatima, and Shruti has also responded. Shiny. So I think link will be shared. Mm, join. Or, so I got about 6 responses. Ma'am has joined the session. So you will be having the another session, and after that you can submit the forms. It's not an issue. So you carry on with the another subject. So we come to the end of the session. Thank you. So after 3:30, you guys can submit these forms and you just note down the link alone. So after 3:30, when you submit, that is okay. I hope Shruti, Purna Teja, Paripurni, Ragavi, Samsun Nafia, and Pooja. So everyone got the info regarding the feedback.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you join the session after the session has been completed. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So you don't have to leave the session. Ma'am has joined and she will continue. Ma'am, you can carry on, ma'am. I will leave, ma'am.
Hello, good evening all. Sorry, good afternoon.
Good evening, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Do you remember what we taught? What I taught in last class? We'll go for a quick review. Did you all see the notes which I have shared in classroom? Okay, do you remember what I taught in last class? If not, also I'm going to make a review of the last class. Uh, I thought I'll start with the quiz. Please hold on. If you don't remember what I taught, you can also take the notes. But you have to answer me as soon as I ask questions. I'm going to give marks for each one of you who's going to answer. It's going to be like a quiz. Okay, so you would have been going on to classes, hectic class from morning. So I just wanted you to relax. So I'll start with the quiz. Okay. Is it okay if we start a quiz? Can someone answer? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It will be a combined quiz of Unit 1 and Unit 2. So, what is the top left corner? What is the structure the photo which I'm showing in the top left corner?
Barrel walls, ma'am.
No, not top left.
Yes.
The first image. Someone answer, please. What feature is, which kind of architecture has this type of features, this type of roofing? What did we saw in previous classes? We saw about two kind of architecture. One is Romanesque, the other one is the Gothic. Okay. So the first one is about Romanesque style or Gothic style.
From Gothic style, ma'am.
Top left image, Gothic style.
Romanesque, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Roman is rounded arches.
Rounded arch. Okay. I didn't ask about that. I'm asking about the roofing. Romanesque style is correct. Who's that? Who said Romanesque? ரெண்டு பேர் சொன்னீங்க.
Paripurni shiny.
Paripurni and shiny. So half mark for you. What about the structure? This is Romanesque style. Roofing வந்து என்ன type? மெட்டீரியல் பார்த்தா தெரியுதா? What is that material? Someone is answering. Who's there?
Wood, ma'am. Wood.
Correct. Timber roofing.
Timber.
So, Romanesque style has timber roofing. Paripurni again. Shiny.
Shiny.
Shiny. Okay.
Harika, ma'am. It was Harika, ma'am.
Harika also. Okay. So next one is which I'm going to ask what are these types of vault? First one is what vault?
Barrel vault, ma'am.
Barrel vault. Correct. Who is that?
Vaishnav, ma'am.
Right now. So 1 mark. Next one, the one below the barrel vault.
Ground vault, ma'am.
Growing vault.
Right.
Who is that, ma?
Harika, ma'am.
Harika. Then next one,
Rib vault.
itu Harika dane.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is this kind of plant called as?
Basilica.
Shiny, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. 1 mark. Next one. What about this dome construction? What are these two types of dome construction? You can name at least one. And just give a
That
reminder.
hexagon shape.
There is a specific name for it. Common name. Specific name கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க இதுக்கு. Mexican கிடையாது. Square shape walls is வந்து if they have arches it's called one type and the other one is called the other one. One more type. I hope you can find it out in the sketch itself. If you see the sketch, you can find out the name.
Ma'am, pedentives and squeezes, ma'am.
Correct. Who's that? Who's that, ma?
Purna, ma'am.
Purna Teja.
Purna Teja, ma'am.
Okay. Pendentive and spinches. Okay, if the dome is placed above an arched type of wall, then it's called pendentive. And if it is completely square, you will be calling it as spinches. And the portion where you get the dome to be intersecting in this area, you have a triangle part. When you insert the dome over an arched wall, then that triangle part is called as pendentive. And here, when you insert the dome inside a dome in a square-shaped wall, you will have a part. The part which is formed inside is called squinch. So it is a pendentive type of construction, and one more is the squinch type of construction. I'm going to write. So actually, this was Romanesque. In which country? This style is in which country? From where the Romanas started?
Italy, ma'am.
Part one, I told you that the Romanas started in one part of country. So it was different from Italy, France, and all.
Greek, German.
Greece, German, இல்ல. Romanas started in. It will be starting with the name of direction also.
Roman.
They followed the style of Romans. They followed Roman style, but it started in which part of the world?
Italy.
No. I'll show you the Italy type also, but this didn't start in Italy.
Rome, ma'am.
Ancient Rome, ma'am.
No,
France.
no,
Europe, ma'am.
Britain.
Britain இல்ல.
Europe, ma'am.
Europe.
France.
Yeah, correct. Europe is correct. Northern Europe actually. பரிபூர்ணி இல்ல.
Yes, ma'am.
So this was in Europe. And what about this style? This didn't
Italy,
have
ma'am.
Italy. I hope it's Italy. Okay. So what is this? The left one. Can you see my mouse?
Ma'am, ageless something like that, ma'am. I don't know exact name. Ma'am,
Decorative portion in the column actually. Vaishnava.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ageless, is that correct, ma'am? I don't know exactly
Aceless.
the name.
Ace.
Something like.
It's not aceless. Ace.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Ace கிடையாது.
Pronounced
Column
it
வர
wrongly.
decorative portion. I'll show you the next இன்னும் இருக்கு நிறைய slides வரும் அதுல காட்டுறேன். So what is this? It's actually given as Romanas church portal. So how this has been emphasized? What is this portion called as? Each and every doorway of the Romanas period churches had all these decorations or ornate ornaments on this wall, and it was like the entry of the door, entry of the church will be like it has been recessed inside the wall. Okay, so they have explained the parts of this the arches which has been put here. So each and every arch and every part of the arch will have a different name, and so it is given here. And this is, what about this? What is this portion? Quick, quick. சீக்கிரமா ஆன்சர் பண்ணுங்க. What happened?
Slender twisted columns, ma'am.
Slender. Purna Teja, come again.
Twisted column.
Twisted column.
Twisted column.
Correct.
Twisted.
Twisted only.
Yeah.
Who all said that?
And Purna
Purna Teja and Shiny. So only these people are answering. Shiny, Purna Teja, Paripurni, Vaishnav, Harika. What about the others? You can also try to answer, no? So this is one of the other type of doorway. Okay, and these are the capitals, column capitals found in Roman style of Italy. So what is this chapel called as? Can you name the chapel given here? Plan section and photograph of the chapel has been
Paladin Church plan.
Paladin Chapel.
HN.
Ancient. I hope you have opened the PPT. Correct, Shiny?
Ma'am? No, ma'am.
I-
Assignment.
No.
You gave an assignment only.
Good. So, do you remember the Paladin Chapel? The others? So, this is constructed by who constructed this Paladin Chapel? Can anybody name the person who has constructed it? The architect who has constructed this chapel?
Ma'am, very difficult question, ma'am.
Very difficult question. Okay, where was it constructed?
In HN, ma'am.
Ancient is city, country சொல்லுங்க.
Germany, ma'am.
German, ma'am.
Germany, okay. Correct. Year தெரியுமா? Year of construction. அது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான கொஸ்டின்.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it was constructed by Charlie Magny. Do you remember his name? It was constructed by Charlie Magny in the year, I think 474 BC. I'll just go on. Sorry, 792 BC. Okay, so it was constructed by Charlie Magny in the year 792 BC. Okay. So what is this structure?
Ma'am,
You remember this?
pizza group.
Pizza group. Correct. Name of this specific thing. Pizza group here I have marked you. I've shown you three things.
Hmm.
Pizza group in Italy, ma'am.
That's correct, pa. I have showed you three buildings. Pizza group, as the name suggests, it is pizza group. So in that pizza group, how many buildings I have shown you?
First one
Three
is
buildings.
cathedral.
First one is cathedral.
Leaning tower, ma'am.
No. This is Pisa Cathedral, correct. What about this?
Campanile something.
Gena building, ma? Can you see the mouse?
And that's
Pizza
also
cat
pizza capital.
cathedral, yes, ma'am.
Okay, done. What about this?
Pizza group that pizza tower. Man.
No,
Then, ma'am, that baptism. No.
baptistry.
Baptistry.
Baptistery, ma'am.
Baptistry. Okay, shiny. Who else answered? Harika answered.
Shiny
Uma Mahesh.
Harika Uma Mageshwaran.
Uma Mahesh. வேற யாருக்கும் மார்க் கிடையாதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஒரு அஞ்சாறு பேருக்கு மட்டும்தான் மார்க். ஓகே, இதுல வந்து they have named the parts of the cathedral, correct? I have explained these parts, so I'll just ask you the numbers. You can answer it. I've not erased anything here, but தெரியுமான்னு தெரியல. I'll just ask you the number, okay? So what is third one? Third one is here. Third one is this zone inside the cathedral. So what,
Sideways.
there is a specific name for that.
Side ISL, ma'am.
It's called ale. Okay, you have to pronounce it as ale.
Ale.
So what is this? Two.
Nail, ma'am.
Nail. What about the one?
Day, ma'am.
Day.
Okay. What about five?
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't get ma'am.
What about number five?
Ma'am, the picture is
Let us
blurred,
study.
ma'am.
This is five. Clerestory. Okay. What is number seven? Here is number. This is number seven. This portion.
Thorium, ma'am.
No.
Praetorium.
Triforium.
Trifolium.
Triforium.
So what are these called? These parts,
Buttresses, ma'am.
buttresses. Buttresses or flying buttresses. Flying buttress or buttress? These are
Flying
called flying.
buttress.
These are called flying buttresses, and this part
In
is
the
called butt.
bottom, there is a buttress.
Correct. So what about this?
The timber roof.
Yeah, wooden roof, ma'am.
You hope you can see it clearly, right?
No, ma'am, it's blurred, ma'am.
So what are these columns? General term of the column. General term when
Column.
you say columns, there are number of columns. Now
No,
what
ma'am.
do you call it as? So who all answered? Uma Mageshwaran,
Yes, ma'am.
Shaini, Harika, correct?
Paripurni, ma'am.
Paripurna. Only four of you answered, right? Oh my god.
Ma'am, even I also answered little bit well.
இப்போமா இந்த பிளான் கேக்குறேன்.
Ippa,
Yes, ma'am. Vaishnav also answered.
I didn't hear Vaishnav voice.
I was only saying all those buttresses were.
That
Okay.
flying buttress is a seaside.
Okay, okay. So what is this called?
Pesa tower.
In tower of Pisa.
Can you say the technical name for this? In Pisa group, there was a technical name given for this. Can you say that?
Campanile, ma'am.
Campanile. Who is that? யார் ஆன்சர் பண்ணீங்க கேம்பனைலுக்கு? யார் ஆன்சர் பண்ணது கேம்பனைலுக்கு? பரிபூர்ணியா ஹாரிகாவா?
Paripurni. Paripurni.
பரிபூர்ணி.
Two of them, ma'am.
அம்மா
Paripurni.
okay. So what is this? What is this structure?
Baptistry. Baptistry.
Tapestry. Can you remember some of the features which have been changed in the baptistry? They made this construction in two stages. So earlier stage was with some elements, and the later stage they constructed few more elements, and they changed the elevation also. In this, you can see that the elevation and section has been changed. Can you just suggest a few things which have been constructed in the later stage and which was there in the earlier stage? Can anyone say about the early stage construction, and the other one can say about the later stage construction? யாராவது சொல்றீங்களா? கேட்டுச்சா நான்
Ma'am,
கேட்டது?
ma'am, in the initial stages, there was no that crown, hemispherical crown, ma'am. But
Okay,
in the later stages, they have attached some hemispherical crown like thing.
okay. So how was it looking like in the earlier stage? Hemispherical crown இல்லாம எப்படி இருந்துச்சு? அதுக்கு ஒரு டேர்ம் மென்ஷன் பண்ணேன், ஞாபகம் இருக்கா?
Cone shaped, ma'am. Truncated cone.
Truncated cone, correct. Next, இது வந்து earlier stage. இன்னும் ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு earlier stageல?
And
Quick, quick. சீக்கிரமா சொல்லுங்க, இன்னும் நிறைய ஸ்லைட்ஸ் இருக்கு, நிறைய மார்க் வாங்கணும். சரி, லேட்டஸ்ட் ஸ்டேஜ் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் சொல்லுங்க யாராவது.
And the dome was constructed, ma'am.
That, okay. Next point.
Upper dome.
Next point, ma. ஞாபகம் இருக்கா நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட்? simple structure dama. See, இது வந்து truncated cone was there in the earlier stage of construction. Then they added this hemispherical dome, and when they added this, they increased the height of each is triporium galleries and all. Can you see this? See the wall, actual wall was here, and when they constructed this hemispherical dome, they increased the wall height, and the decorations, the ornamental decorations have been given in the later stage only. So in the earlier stage, they didn't have much decorative facade or something. In the later stage, see, you can see how decorative it has been converted. So they try to incorporate all the intricate details of decoration in the later stage. Okay, so you have to say about 2 points in the early stage and 2 points in the later stage. So yeah. So Uma Maheshwaran, Vaishnav, Paripurni, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Please encourage your classmates also to answer the question. The others are not even opening their mouth. So this, what is this called as? Where was it found? Actually, the name of this column is already given here. It's compound fire, and it was found in specific country with Romanesque style. Which country was that?
France, ma'am.
France.
Pen.
Correct. Correct. Who's that?
Purna Teja, ma'am.
Purna Data. Okay, what building is this? Can you name this cathedral?
London, ma'am.
No. You have to name the cathedral.
Durham Cathedral.
Pardon me?
Durham, ma'am. Durham.
Durham. No.
Abbey Oaks, ma'am.
Yes, Abbey of Homes. Plan of Abbey of Homes. And you have distinct feature in Abbey of Homes. What was that? We have a distinct feature in Abbey of Homes. What was the distinct feature given here?
The two towers.
2 towers. Correct. So what about the vault? What
And
what type of vaults have they given? What type of vault is this, ma? Sorry.
Wooden vault, ma'am.
No. I'm not asking about the material. The name of the
Ground
wall.
what?
Is it
Barrel
ground
walls,
wall?
man.
இல்ல இருக்கிறது இன்னொன்னுதான் அதையும் சொல்லிடு. They've used two types of wall. One is groin, the other one is ribbed. Okay, two walls have been used.
Ribbed wall. Ribbed.
Correct. What building is this? I hope I can find many answers.
Tower of London, ma'am.
Tower of London. Tower of Londonல இது என்ன பாட்டு?
Fourth. Walls, ma'am. Walls.
Walls. Correct. But this is
Fortified
found.
walls.
Fortified walls. Okay. This is found inside this Tower of London. So the structure which is found here is this one. And I was about to ask you one more thing. இந்த அகழின்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, அது ஏதோ போர்ஷன் சொல்லுவீங்கல்ல, அது ஏதாச்சும் தெரியுதா உங்களுக்கு? Last class I was explaining you about this அகழி.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
இந்த இப்போ பிரசன்ட் போட்டோகிராஃப்ல எங்க இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுங்க. தெரியுதாமா?
Yeah, ma'am. Where they're decorated with grasses.
Right. Okay. So till that I think we have completed Romanesque style in Italy, France, and German. So I'm moving on to the next style. So what are these sculptures? In which style of architecture you can find these sculptures?
Gothic style, ma'am.
Gothic architecture.
Gothic architecture. Okay, இந்த ஸ்கல்ப்சரோட பேர் நான் சொன்னேன் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா. யாராவது ஒருத்தர் சொல்லுங்க.
Saturn.
Shiny, come again.
And the Saturn.
சாத்தான். இல்ல.
No, not gargoyle is something.
Gargoyle.
Gargoyles, yes, ma'am.
Remember this one.
Yes, ma'am.
So these two are images of gargoyle, and this was like it will emit fire and this will emit fire and this will emit water. They were depicted in that kind of thing. And what are these? They have given ornate decorations near the columns. Okay, so these are the ornate decorations found in Gothic style. So I'm showing you this for saying about the arches. What type of arches were used in Gothic?
Pointed arch, ma'am.
Correct, pointed arch. This one is for window tape. Can you say what type of windows were used?
Glass windows.
Glass windows and
And paintings.
stained glass.
Clerestory windows.
Stained glass windows and clear story.
Clerestory windows.
Okay. I think someone else has answered. Who was it?
Meena.
Meena. Meenava.
Yes, ma'am.
I answered that clerestory windows, ma'am. Mama Geshwan.
No, okay. Meena. So what is this type of window called? It's a common feature found.
Rose window, ma'am.
Correct. Who is that?
Preeti, ma'am.
Preeti. Good. So top left is what is this called as?
Buttresses, ma'am.
Correct.
Flying buttresses. Flying
Flying
buttresses.
Yes. What is this called?
That's also flying buttresses.
This is called single span flying buttress, and this one is called double span flying buttress. Can you find the difference in this? ரெண்டுமே flying buttress தான், but here you can see that the flying buttress stops till one column itself, and there you can find two set of columns running. So after this also you can find a column here, so that's why it's called as double span flying buttress. Okay. Shiny, right? Shiny and Vaishnav.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is this type of vault called as? This vault, they had a specific vault style.
Roof wall.
Not rib vault.
Fan wall.
Groin vault, ma'am.
Groin vault இருக்கு, but இது இல்லையே. Groin vault இருக்கு, fan vault இருக்கு, but இது கிடையாது. This is name different.
Six-part wall, ma'am.
Six-parted wall. Who was that?
Mama Geshwan, ma'am.
I think I'm going to give marks only for 5 or 6 people. இது யாருமா? இது என்னம்மா? இது என்ன type of vault?
Sand wall.
Fan இல்ல.
Ripped.
Ma'am, அதான் groin vault, ma'am.
இது ribbed vault.
Ripped wall.
Fan groin இது.
French Gothic.
Style ஆமா French Gothic தான். We have studied only French Gothic, so French Gothic styles மட்டும் தான் இதுல இருக்கு. Not as Italian and English. So vault wall fan vault six-parted ribbed groin. யார் சொன்னது? உமா மகேஸ்வரன். So the actually I'm showing you the main type of construction which is used in French Gothic. So one of the element is being highlighted. So what is that? You told about pointed arches. We told about clerestory windows. We told about walls. In the this picture is for
Pointed
where
arches, ma'am.
Rama, we have Gothic type we have told about pointed arches. First is like the first photo pointed arches சொல்லியாச்சு. Next we saw about vault. அப்புறம் clearest windows பத்தி சொல்லிட்டோம். இன்னொரு எலிமெண்ட்டும் இருக்கு. Flying buttresses சொல்லிட்டோம். And one more element is also there which is used in Gothic. அது என்னது?
Arcade, ma'am.
Lofty ceiling.
Lofty ceiling okay. But அது இல்லையே. இதுல காமிச்சிருக்க
Tracery. Tracery, ma'am.
clear story தான் நம்ம சொல்லிட்டோமே. சரி, I'll just ask you what part is this part?
Enormous windows, flying buttress.
இது what are these called as? Can you see the mouse?
Triforium, ma'am.
Yes, triforium gallery. So this is also
Triforium
one of the main element of Gothic churches. What plan is this? Which cathedral's plan is this?
Notre Dame, ma'am.
Correct. So you can see how the interior has been made. There's lofty interior. You can have clear lighting, and there are windows which are very large, which are very huge. Okay, and they've used stained glass windows only, and they have triforium galleries, pointed arches. Everything has been, everything is a part of Gothic church. So this is the part plan and part section of the Notre Dame Paris. So this is the elevation of Notre Dame. Okay. So I hope you are all clear with the Romanesque and Gothic till now. French Gothic alone. I'll just say who all have got marks. Give me 5 minutes time.